So, what have the parties, the groups got to offer? Why should we vote for them? And who wants our votes the most? With me in the studio, I have senior figures from 3 of the political groups in the European Parliament. The other groups are being represented in their own debate, also in this studio. Our MEPs are Hilda Figueiredo, Vice Chair of the GUE-NGL, Daniel Funeriu from the EPP-DE, and Eva Lichtenberger, Vice Chair of the Greens. Daniel Funeriu, I'll come to you first. What's your group got to offer that the other groups haven't?
I think that our group offers, for these forthcoming elections and for this forthcoming legislature, I think we are offering hope. I think we are offering hope to get out of this crisis, which has been punishing Europe quite hardly recently. But we will do so by holding tight to our core European values, to our very rooted values into our society. And also, I think that we shall make Europe a much safer place, and not last, we shall make Europe a more cohesive place, because social policies are not the exclusivity of the left wing.
Daniel Funeriu, if you accept the argument that it was liberal economic policies which, at least in part, got us into the financial and economic mess we're in now, how can you be in a position to offer hope?
It is very difficult to accept this hypothesis. If I have to go on a false hypothesis, then obviously the reasoning is going to lead us not in the right direction. The result, this economic crisis is not necessarily the result of liberal politics, but it's the result of deregulation, is the result of...
But deregulation is liberal.
Yeah. No, deregulation, things do not have to get out of control. There has been too much excess on the part of banks, for example, which has brought us into this crisis.
Okay, so it was excess on the part of banks, not the fundamental liberal economics underneath it. Are you saying, is that what you're saying?
Liberalism is not the excess of anything.
Daniel Funeriu, it's all the fault of the Council.
Right. If I may add a few words to that, since I have had the occasion to live in many countries outside Europe, and the more I see countries outside Europe, the more I love Europe, because indeed these values and what happens in Europe, what happened in Europe for the past 50 years has been a tremendous success if you look at it. Now, the reason why I said that we offer hope, and we shall be offering hope for the future, is that just like there used to be an American dream, I think now it's time for Europe to provide the European dream. And these core values that I think all of the parties in the European Parliament share, I think that really we as MEPs and the European institutions should reach to the people in a more direct way.
But don't you think at the moment people want an end to the nightmare rather than a dream? I mean, it's not about making things better, it's about stopping things getting worse.
We have to make things better, and in my opinion, we have to, Europe has gone through much deeper crisis than we are experiencing now. Just think about the perpetual, the 50-year crisis that half of Europe had undergone under a communist regime. You know, coming from Romania, we experienced much tougher times than this, and this is why maybe we think about tackling the future with much more courage, I would say. And if we look back in history, when Europe has had big issues like we have now, it just so happens that right-wing governments, right-wing policies have taken us out of this crisis. Obviously, like I said before, social policies are very important, and some sort of equilibria are extremely important, especially in time of crisis.